Hi, my name is Saela and this is my mum Michelle. We are from the northern suburbs, from Hume, Meadows. I'm 17 years old and a Year 11 BCE student, and last month I nearly died from COVID-19. In late August, my family got COVID from my baby sister's daycare. At the time, I was not eligible for the vaccine, and now I wish I was vaccinated before I got COVID. My whole family was sick. Everyone was coughing and suffering from aches and pains and a sore throat. We couldn't taste or smell. For me, my symptoms were worse, with coughing fits that left me breathless. As I got worse, we had to call the ambulance. I knew that if I went with them, I would be alone. They took me to Box Hill Hospital, which was a 40-minute drive away. I decided to go to the hospital as I thought it was only a checkup, and be home the next day. With the hope I would be home the next day, I sat alone in the ambulance, and I had never been in an ambulance before. I said goodbye to my family. I was so scared and lonely. My health progressively got worse, and then one night I couldn't stop coughing. I was struggling to breathe. The day before, they said I had pneumonia. I had no idea what that was. I felt so many needles. I couldn't catch my next breath. There was so much commotion around me, and I didn't know what was going on. I was so scared, I was screaming, and I thought I was going to die. And then I felt nothing. They had put me to sleep. They woke me up 9 days later. I had no idea what had happened or how much time has passed. I wasn't fully awake, and I was hallucinating. I had a tube coming out of my neck. I couldn't move, I couldn't talk. I was scared to sleep again. I just stared at the ceiling, and I was alone. There was so much machines around me, so many wires and needles, so much beeping, and everything made me scared. I was broken. None of this was fair. With each passing day, I slowly got better. I started breathing on my own, and 5 days later, I waved goodbye to the ventilator. My strength was coming back. I had to learn to walk again. I cried every day, but I worked very hard at my recovery so that I could be home for the AFL Grand Final, which I was. I spent nearly a month in hospital, and 15 of those days was in ICU.
When I got the call from the doctor to say that Saela's health had deteriorated so rapidly and was getting transferred to the ICU and put on a ventilator, I was in shock. And I thought, how? Like literally, I just talked to her 2 hours ago, and we were talking about coming home in the next few days. And I said to the doctor, please, please, let me talk to her before you do this. And he said it's best that you don't. She is so distressed. And before that call ended, I heard her screaming. I don't know if it's my imagination or it's a mother's intuition, but I heard her screaming. The next 24 to 48 hours, Saela was critical. It was hour by hour. Her lungs had filled with so much fluid, and there was little air for her to breathe. She needed a lot of help from the ventilator, and I wished that she had been vaccinated. But it was too late. She was already in ICU. I remember speaking to the doctor, and I said, please, you need to save my baby. And he said, Michelle, I promise you I'm doing everything that we can. We are doing everything that we can. He said, at this moment, she is the most sickest person in this hospital. At this moment, she is the most sickest person in Eastern Health. COVID, without the protection of the vaccine, had done this to her. There was no other reason she was in ICU. Last week she was in school, and next week she was in a coma.